All right, Daniel, let's see how we do today. As a reward for a really fun day at summer school, you get to go have your pump refilled. Yay! So off we go to summer school again. Bye. Have fun, Thomas. Thanks. Off to music camp. All right, let's go take our little walk. Then I need a shower. Oy vey. It is Thursday. Do what do. Hey, Henry. All right, I'm breaking my own rules again by vlogging in the car. Anyway, I'm so upset. Okay, so Daniel went back to school today. He didn't go yesterday because he had his teeth done. And I was hoping that maybe they were just working out the kinks. I was like, I'm gonna be positive today and try to be optimistic that maybe they were just getting things ready, or I don't know, whatever. But Judy went to summer school today with Daniel, and I said, just keep an eye on just let me know what kind of assignments they're giving him to do. Because his IEP actually does have a little tiny checkbox that says ESY, which is, I don't know, extended school year. That's what it means. The extended school year for special needs kids. So we'll continue his IEP goals and objectives. So I'm like, okay, that's where they covered themselves with his IEP for his summer program. So let's see how they're gonna work on his IEP at school. Well, so far today, he got there in the morning. OT and PT are not there, so neither is his stander, or Judy can't see his stander anywhere. She hasn't seen it. But she couldn't get him in it anyway without assistance, so I feel bad because she is a nurse. She's a skilled nurse there to watch over his health and make sure he doesn't have a seizure, doesn't throw up, that his G-tube is okay, that, all that kind of stuff, change his diapers. She's not a school aide. She doesn't know how to implement the IEP. She's always willing, Judy's always willing to do everything. She's wonderful. Anyway, she was just letting me know, you know, kind of what they were doing. And she said the first assignment of the day was to talk about what celebrity they would want to have lunch with. If they could pick a celebrity, who would they want to have lunch with? That was Daniel's first assignment. Well, number one, he can't talk, he can't write. He doesn't really, I think, even conceptually understand celebrity in the sense that we do. It's kind of a term that he doesn't, you know, he's not cognitively at the level to say, you know, oh, my favorite celebrity is whoever, you know. I mean, he just enjoys things, but he enjoys lots of things, and we don't really know what his favorite is. But the concept of who would I have lunch with, well, doesn't have lunch. He never has lunch. He's continuously G-tube fed, so meals conceptually are not a thing for him either. And I try to kind of not keep him out of meals. Like, I like to enjoy and include him in the family, but I also don't want to exclude him from an activity that he doesn't have the ability to do. So so no, he doesn't do lunch. He's got a special situation. Anyway, I was like, I'm sure that was fun for everybody else, but Judy's like, no one's doing anything. No one's working with him. No one's helping him. No one's doing anything or suggesting anything or whatever. So then I said, okay, well, maybe that's just a bad start to the day. So she just texted me, second thing they're doing is a trivia game. So who's the third president of the United States? You know, Disney trivia, that kind of thing. Which the other kids are enjoying, but Dale can't answer the questions. So they haven't made any attempt to give him any kind of a modified replacement activity that would help him with the same concepts but beyond his level kind of thing. Isn't that what they're supposed to, isn't that what special needs is supposed to do? Anyway, lovely, right? So they're not working on his goals and objectives. Not cognitively able to know who the third president of the United States of America is. And I have to go to work now for a couple hours, actually maybe an hour and a half, to do a couple of things for some clients, and then I'm going to go pick them up at school. I'm not putting them on the bus. I'm just going to pick them up. I'm going to go inside for a while and see how it's going. Judy can't even go pee. She can't go to the bathroom. She's like, I don't even know who to ask to help me, because she can't ask another child's para, you know, like their aides. Daniel doesn't have an aide. She can't ask the teacher because Daniel can't be left alone with someone who, I don't know, he can't leave the other kid. I don't know what's going on. And she's like, OT and PT are nowhere to be seen, and we're just sitting here. So isn't that frustrating? You know, and sad. I have a friend who said, yeah, my son went to summer school for 2 days and all they did was put him in a side room because he seemed like he was happy. They didn't do anything with him, so she pulled him out. And it's like, seriously? Anyway, I have so many great friends who have advocates and lawyers. I have an arsenal of people I can call. I just don't, you know what? He was never mainstream, so I never wanted to have to deal with these kind of issues. When he was with his program, which Project Succeed or STAR it was called, everything was modified to his level, his abilities. They knew him, they loved him since he was 3 years old. So they understood how his brain worked and how his hands worked and how he thought and what made him interested and what stimulated him. Nobody's trying to do that there. Nobody. Not one single freaking person. They're just lumping him in the corner and having him watch everybody else do activities that are more interesting to them, because he's just an oddball, I guess, to them. Yeah, it's not working out. I need to talk to somebody. I don't even know who to talk to. Well, I do actually now. I have quite a few people. All right, no more car vlogging, Sarah. I'm sorry. I had to get my words out while I still had them fresh in my head. I will talk to you more later. We'll see how it plays out. Daniel has to go have his baclofen pump refilled today, so poor guy's gonna have a nice big needle in his pump through his skin, but it has to be done, because if we don't do the refill by July 10th, then his internal alarm in the pump mechanism will start to sound off, because the medicine will start to run out. All right, deep breaths. Find joy in the journey. There's a reason for everything. I'll figure this out somehow. I have to figure out how I can do it all and still be able to work, but I don't know. Whatever.
I can see how you feel a little bit different than the other ones. I can feel how you see a little bit different from the rest of the world. And when you're young, I know that time is slow, but learn to be patient, because someday this difference will pay, and your time will come. Because someday this difference will pay, and your time will come, and your time will come.
Guess who's here, Daniel? We're at Daniel's doctor's appointment. I just went to his school. Excuse my eyes, I was just crying. I was very upset after leaving the school. But now we have to go see Dr. Cruz to have his baclofen pump. Hi.
Hey, how are
Thank you for coming. Funny. We are going to the doctor's.
We are set.
And this here.
Take care of that. Don't video.
What? Take a video of his foot?
Yeah. Don't put down the video and talk to the doctor about your concerns about his foot.
Stop telling me what to do, sir.
Well, put.
Did you have a nap?
No,
No nap for you?
yeah, the reason why I shouldn't sleep too.
We'll give you a shower. Mommy cut your mustache off and make Daddy happy. Huh? Huh? We know that.
Julie, I appreciate it.
Okay, Mommy slept for a couple hours this afternoon. Hi, family.
Hi, family.
So John cooked.
John cooked. Look at this, everybody.
You mean I cooked?
Well, he.
I authorized you.
I think
to
it was.
cook.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving me permission to cook
His money bought the food.
Yo, hand me a nugget.
with your card.
I want to make some drinks. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna eat my salad.
A sad face.
I don't know. I feel sad. I'm sad. Come on. So hey, let me tell you about my day. I'm out walking, Emery. I just want to tell you what happened because it will help me feel better to talk about it. I know I look really bad. I slept for quite a long time this afternoon, so I'm really tired and my face is puffy. Come on, come on. So Dan went to school. He didn't go yesterday, and that's because he had a dentist appointment. But when I stopped by, which was about 11:45-ish, 11:30, I don't know what time it was. They were, I don't know what they were doing. They were finishing up an assignment, getting ready for recess, I guess. So Daniel was sitting with some of the other students that didn't go out or didn't go to the gym. I don't know. But anyway, I was talking to the OT, and she said that, I said, well, how does this work? Like, how do they know what to work on with the other kids? Because you got to understand something. I have never dealt with the regular public school system in terms of Daniel. He's always been in this STAR program, and the educators and people who worked there were very in tune with him because they knew him really since he was 3 years old. So they pretty much really know him and understand how he learns and how to implement things. That's all gone. It's all gone. All of that. They just ended it this year. So my choices were keep him in the school system and work with what they have, or send him outside of the district. Come on. Which the complication there would be, there would be a chance that would significantly impact my nursing, because like if you sent him to this one school, which is about a half hour away, they have their own nursing, so we couldn't keep his nurses, and then their schedules would be shortened. And I don't know. For the 2 nurses we have with him now, it's a full-time schedule, and it works out really well, and they take such good care of him. Anyway, I asked her, how does it work with the other students? And she said, well, the teachers prepare a packet based on the students' IEP, which is their education plan for special needs, special education. And it spells out what their goals and objectives are, and what learning tools are used to help them. And basically, those kids all came in and got right into summer school and got right to work. There was a big board with a syllabus, so to speak, on the activities of the day: writing prompt, math, whatever the, and then they were making it, they were going through the activities. Anyway, the other students have packets and people who help them implement. Well, there is a head teacher in the classroom, this man, and I guess he hasn't engaged with Daniel at all, The nurse said it's very awkward. He doesn't talk to them. He hasn't come over and checked on him to see how he's doing at all, not even once. And actually, when I met him, he seemed a little bit uncomfortable. He seemed kind of, he was wonderful with the other 15 or so kids that were higher functioning. Like, he was very engaged with them. They seemed to really like him. He's a younger guy, very friendly with them, but not with Daniel. Just basically ignoring him. And Judy says, I think he's kind of afraid of us or something. I don't know. So Daniel had nothing prepared. No packet was ever sent over for him. His IEP and his goals and all that were never there. And there's really no one to implement learning for him. The nurse is not her, it's not her job. If it were a nurse's job to be considered a paraprofessional or an associate or whatever they call it, it would have had to have been spelled out in a meeting with in like a meeting and put in writing. The nursing agency would have to know, because that's their job description, is to be a skilled nurse, not to teach Daniel. Daniel deserves someone trained to be able to implement his goals and objectives of his IEP. You know, his nurse is trained to treat a seizure and change his diaper and fix his G-tube and, you know, whatever. So yeah, he basically sat there this morning, and it's so nice to have such amazing nurses on Daniel's side, because they're my inside track. They can tell me everything that happens with him. And she was telling me, well, our next assignment was, I can't even remember what it was, but he had no way to do it, and nothing was available. So the OT was saying to me when I got there, well, we're gonna try to put something together so that the nurse would be able to go over and, you know where the goals and objectives are, so she can implement the. And I stopped her. I was like, no, it's not her job or Chris's job. We have a guy nurse and a girl nurse. They're not the teacher, and they're not going to be next year when he goes to school at the high school. So the other kids that are there have aides. They don't have a nurse, but Daniel has a nurse because he's medically fragile and he's continuously G-tube fed. And he needs someone watching over him. Anyway, nothing has been achieved. He was bored. He was staring at the ceiling. So I've been on Facebook kind of posting my concerns, because honestly, it's people in social media and in my community that help me understand this stuff. I never dealt with this stuff. This is why I didn't put him in regular school, because I just never wanted to fight these kind of battles and deal with it. Daniel is a happy, sweet, easy to engage, adorable guy who, once you learn how to work with him, it's so much fun. It's not hard, but they really made me feel like he was such an afterthought, that there was nothing planned for him, nobody talking to him, really not making him feel a part of the group. And I don't know why that is, but I think they have to remember that he was never in the school system his entire life. So it's like a new kid moving in from out of state, you know. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys, because it was really hard for me to not I got really emotional, actually. I get emotional, and I tried not to get it into my system. I had to take him today, a little bit on the vlog, you'll see it, to have his baclofen pump refilled. And it just reminded me of how medically fragile he is, you know, what he has to go through from a medical perspective. He deserves to be able to go to a 4-hour summer school and have some learning, have some fun. But I'm not sending him back. I am going to contact the school system and insist that they put an educational assistant with him. Come on. Along with his nurse. Come on. And that is not too much to ask, because he's not the first child who has required nursing care. Be attentive to him. He only has a couple years left of school anyway. There's just no explanation for why he had nothing prepared for him. And to be honest with you, I don't think anybody would have noticed if Judy hadn't have said something to me, or the OT hadn't have said something, because he was just sitting there, and I think they might have assumed Judy was doing the work. I'm not really sure if they just assumed something. I don't know that anybody willfully ever wants to hurt a student or hurt someone, but they will just, you know, they have so many guidelines to implement, so many kids to take care of, that someone like Daniel, I guess, is just kind of too much work for them. I don't know. But, so yeah, he's not going to go back to summer school. We will keep him here, and I think he needs to be engaged with other kids. I think it's good for him. I think socially he enjoys it, and he's happy and cheerful, but he is also very fragile, and you know, someone sneezes on him the wrong way, like last year he ended up with whooping cough, and it's like, is it worth it? Why don't I just keep him home, and I'll take him swimming and take him to the movies and take, you know, to do things here. We have great staff. Our nurses are amazing, but they're not teachers. You know, the school should be teaching him. I don't know. Isn't that what school's for? Oh, we had a big thunderstorm earlier, and look what happened to my flowers. Massive rain. Sorry for the long ramble. I just wanted to tell you really quickly what happened at school today. So hopefully you'll listen to that. Anyways, it's kind of a hard situation, and I'm trying not to get upset again, because I've been crying this afternoon, and that's just how I deal with stuff. I get upset emotionally, and then I get it out of my system, and then I stick my feet in and fight back. But you know, who wants to fight all the time? It's always a fight. It's a fight with the insurance, it's a fight with medical, it's a fight with the state, it's a fight with school, it's a fight with the fight. It's a fight to keep him healthy. It's a freaking fight just to keep me healthy. Everything is such a fight. And everyone's like, get an advocate, get in touch with this one, fight this one, get the lawyers. And yeah, I have the list of all the names and the people I can call and will call. But who wants to spend their beautiful, beautiful life fighting, you know? I guess it's because my post this morning on Facebook was, I'm going to be optimistic, positive, and stay focused and not get upset and try not to like get defensive. They make me so defensive. And it's like, oh, please don't give me a reason to be defensive, and boom, there it was. So, boom, bang, boom. Anyway, that's what happened with Daniel's summer school, because I know a lot of you have been kind of keeping in touch with us, and we'll see what happens next week. Well, I'm not sending him. He's not going. I'm going to send a letter to several people. The head of the department, the Board of Ed, whoever else I can think of. Call the advocate and have a meeting with her. And then, you know, if I have to file a complaint, I have to file a complaint. That's just the way it goes. So, whatever. He's worthy of just as much education as those other children, and he shouldn't be just sitting there. And why that head teacher doesn't go over and talk to him? Why is that? Isn't a head teacher of a special ed classroom there for all of the students? Like, maybe he doesn't like kids in wheelchairs. I don't know. Whatever. Who knows? I don't know. Right, Henry? So I was really upset. Henry was sitting on my feet, sitting at the table crying over my dinner.
Because someday this difference will pay, and your time will come, and your time will come.
Good morning. It's Wednesday. Mister, I have a beautiful haircut. Yes, I do. Can you show